God is really good, even when we don't deserve it, you know? He really is. Hey, y'all. Let's see if these angles is right. If they ain't, they about to be today. Because who got time? We don't. We got about 2 hours. And then there's some stuff I gotta do. Gotta get our end of the year stuff together. Hey, good afternoon. What y'all doing? I ain't got no water in here or nothing. Just lazy. I'll get some in a minute. I get some in a minute. What is y'all doing? Hey, everybody. I be praying for y'all. I be thanking God for doing miracles in y'all lives and stuff. I know y'all don't believe it, and sometimes my mind be so full of things from our community that it's harder for me to pray as long as I used to. I used to pray for hours, but I believe that because of the time we're in, it's a different space. Does that make sense? Like, I used to be able to pray for hours, but the time is shorter, the days are shorter, things are happening more quickly. So it's almost like when you're a soldier and you go through training and then you have that waiting period and then you find out where you're going, but you're just doing day-to-day things unless something is happening. But then your day changes, right? We got any old soldiers in here? Do we got any or active military? Anybody? No, not right now, not just yet. Yeah, y'all want to see something? I'm gonna show y'all something. So, anybody apostolic or Pentecostal in here or used to be? You're a Navy veteran. Then share so that time. Okay, Eric, good job. We got plenty of family that do their job. Thank you for your service. Sailor in the U.S. Navy. Okay, go Navy. Okay, we got a lot of people. Y'all ain't the peoples, are y'all? Maybe I need to start asking that first when people come to the community. Y'all ain't y'all wouldn't be the GOV that we be talking about, would y'all? Oh, okay. I'm just trying to make sure. Okay. So anybody old time Pentecostal or apostolic? Anybody used to be apostolic or Pentecostal? Anybody? This is important. I'm about to show you something. Okay, you and it. Oh, I ain't gonna say only will understand. Maybe some Kojaks. Okay. So y'all remember? Now I gotta try to do this without hurting myself. When our parents used to buy us stuff for school, but they would buy us stuff that we could wear to church too, and they'll do a number like this right here. Y'all remember? It might have a stomach out, but they'll pin it. So this is the old apostolic in me. Yeah, I bought this to go to our first meet and greet too. It go all the way to the ground. It's real, real cute. It's a long like shirt dress thing. You can tie it a different way. But y'all remember when they used to make us do this? Y'all remember? But then we'd get to school and go on and get it together. Y'all remember? This the old apostolic in me, baby. I'm gonna do my thing, but as soon as I get out of here, I said, okay. We couldn't even show our knees. Girl, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I said, wait a minute, hold on. There's some Kojaks. Y'all remember? So sometimes you going to see the old apostolic in circle. Just sometimes. You hear me? Sometimes I'll be like, okay. Oh, baby. My mom never called me, but she knew. She knew. She would say stuff, and I'd be like, yes. Not only take school close to school for me, I take close to school for my friends. Ooh. Circa just watched movies on Paramount called We Will Dance Again about what happened in Palestine. It's so heartbreaking. Interesting. Yeah. You said shirt button up under your chin. Did. So sometimes I be, feeling a little apostolic-y. Sometimes. Some. Like, not too many, but some. Sometimes my old foundation come right on back and I be happy about it, and then I'll be like, okay, go back over. But I do want to say that I do pray for y'all. I just wrote in my journal, I was telling God thank you for all the miracles that he did around our community during these times of craziness. I thank him for covering y'all. I thanked him for growing y'all your faith. You know, I said, God, thank you for taking care of my friends and family. Thank you for showing them how big you are and that you can do miracles no matter what man says. You know what I'm saying? And just to no thank you. I just got in here and I know you hear me talking. You're not supposed to interrupt people while they talk. Moving on. Is what you want to say more important than what I'm telling my community about praying for them? I don't think so. Anyway, with that, back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted. Uh, I'm grateful that he does miracles in y'all life. I saw Sarah's video yesterday, and it is mind blowing to me. And I like it when he blow my mind. I want him to blow my mind every day. We have so many living miracles testimonies in this community, man. Like you can't even count them all. I mean, kind of we can because we can go back and look at a lot of the videos, but in reality, some people never talk in here, but it be miracles happening in their life. Hey, everybody, you hear me? Some people have been with us the whole time we've been here and never said nothing in class, but there are miracles happening because even though they don't tell us they do the things, the exercises, they do. You hear me? They do. We've got to see, even people that ain't in our community no more, there are blessings that happened before they left. There's no way we can count all of the miracles, sight being restored, people being healed, like people being on their deathbed and coming back. Like it's real over here. Folks changing, addictions going away that have been there for years, like changing situations as far as being in certain type of situations with relationships, and you thought it was okay because everybody else was doing it. Now you don't do it no more. Like kids seeking God, all the baptisms and babies that are learning about God from the womb all the way up, like people that have been alive for 7 and 8 decades saying this is the most that I've learned, and I wish I would have known these things when I was younger about God. And you know, people sharing the word of God with their grandma and their aunties and their uncles and strangers. Like it's amazing. You hear me? All of the stories with the babies talking that didn't talk, and you know, it's just too many to count in reality. I can't even remember everything, and I'm grateful for that. Because if it was only the ones that we could remember, had a miracle this morning, I woke up in pain, but I'm not bedridden and didn't need to use my walker. Come on. Every time you get up and every time you move, I'm going to tell you what I told my auntie, and it worked. And I told y'all this story before. Don't grunt, say Jesus. If you feel a pain, say Jesus. If the devil try to tell you you can't do something, I'm for real. And my auntie, she was like what the doctors consider morbidly obese, and it was tearing her body down. And she would get up and she'd be like, ugh. And I'm on the other side. I can't see her, but I can hear her. So I'm hearing you grunt every time you get up. I'm like, Annie, look, this is what I need you to do. You said living proof that it works. I'm trying to tell you. I said, look, Annie, I need you to start saying Jesus every time that you get ready to get up. Don't grunt. I don't be grunting. I said, yes, you do. Right? Because I love you, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Do y'all know my auntie went from almost 500 pounds to down to, she was like 220 or 190 pounds before she passed away. And she got to live. She got to wear beautiful clothes. She drank wine for the first time in her life. Like, there were so many experiences she had. I remember when she started walking, like just walking. And then she got to the point where she could run around the college track 4 and 5 times, y'all. And I told her, I said, now look, as soon as you started putting Jesus in the midst of your pain, he did something miraculous. This is my auntie that passed, and I told y'all she gave her kids, you know, I said, where's your thank you? Where's your mama journal at? And they like, what journal? We didn't know she had. I said, she's been journaling for 8 years, so y'all can know her life. You hear me? It works. I thank you. Jesus, I'm healed, instead of saying I'm in pain, and it helped me. I'm trying to tell you. The devil get us rehearsing things. Thank you. The devil get us rehearsing things we don't want, and things that if he can get you to say it, then it's gonna happen. He knows that, and that's why I have to tell people, shh, don't say that. Don't not that. Be careful of your words now, because in 5 years, if you no, Jesus wasn't a wizard. If I was able to tell you that I laid my hands on somebody and something that the doctor said couldn't be cured, and I didn't use any herbs or oils or anything, I just touched them with my hands and it went away, would you call me a wizard? Would I be a wizard? If there was a lady that had ovarian cancer and I was able to touch her body and then the ovarian cancer went away, would you call me a wizard? If there was a lady that had not been able to hear for almost 15 years and she had to wear hearing aids and the doctors told her that she would never hear, and God had me touch her ears and they popped open and she could hear everybody talking about her, would you call me a wizard? Or the lady's womb that God had me lay hands on after she had already lost 4 or 5 babies, and God told her to come talk to me for whatever reason at 21. And I told her what to do, and now she has 3 big, strong, strapping boys, even though the doctors told her she would never have babies. Would you call me a wizard? If I was able to lay hands on my friend and demons come out of her, would you call me a wizard? No, thank you. Would you? The power of God don't need no tricks or no spells to be spoken. The power of God is words. Because to breathe, you have to use the breath of God to do so. And the breath of God keeps everything alive around you. So when you have the Spirit of God combined with the breath of God, because when God spoke and said, let there be light, or this needs to be there, or that needs to be there, there was no wand. He didn't have a wand, honey. He didn't need one. I don't need one either. No. Knockoff power need wands. And herbs and spices and blood and stuff. Knockoff power. When you got the real stuff, all you need is these. Right here. That's it. That's all. I prayed for a woman on her deathbed in ICU. She's still alive today. Come on, Wick. Come on, Wick. Come on, come on, come on, Wick. Come on, what you mean? I don't need all that. All I gotta do is ask my daddy to and oh yeah. No, I don't need that. I just need these. I don't need all those extra. I don't gotta wait for the moon. I don't gotta wait for the stars. I don't gotta wait for the wind to blow. I don't gotta wait for the fire to come up. I don't gotta wait for the cat to come by. I don't gotta wait. 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 At any moment, at any time that I need the power, it can come to me. I ain't got to say no 22 mantras and jump around and draw no circles on the ground and nothing, baby. It's right there and available for whenever I need it. Grateful for it too, because if I had to wait for the come on now, Miss Moore, if I had to wait for the Lions Gate to open to get the blessing I need, well, god dang, what if I'm dead before then? You hear me? I ain't got time. I need that. I need, like I said, the HNIC. I don't be wanting to deal with the rest of it, because you'll be waiting. No, thank you. I'm talking. Thank you. Instantaneous. It is. You want to wait on a miracle? If it's life or death or whatever it is, you got 3 months to wait. Huh? If you need your light bill paid today, do you got time to wait for the Lions Gate? Thank you. Do you got time for the Lions Gate to open, or do you need it right now? If you need emergency housing, you want God to wait 3 months to give it to you? You want to wait to go collect all these herbs and do, or do you need it right now? I need it right now, God, honey. Right now. I ain't knocking nobody else, but baby, I ain't got time to go. What if I ain't got no money to go to the store to get no herbs? What if I ain't got that? What if I ain't got a ride to the store to go get the candles and herbs that I need to perform? Whatever. What if I ain't got it? I need a God that can make something out of nothing. That's what I need. I need that. When the doctors is saying what can't happen, I need to be able to not leave the room and say, I don't receive that. He will get up. She will get up. Her heart is going to beat again. Her brain cells are going to start to not be necrotic, and they will be reborn and replenished. I don't accept that. And then he said, oh, you got faith. Oh, okay. Let me move this matter around. I was just waiting on you to see if you believed I could do it. That's all, because I'm big. I ain't leaving until her heart start beating again. I'll be right here when it do. Thank you, Dad, for the miracle. You hear me? I'm trying to hold it in. It might be the. You hear me? I'm for real. I don't want no knockoff nothing. And what I mean by that, I don't care about if it's good quality, baby. I take quality over quantity any day. You hear me? And he's real good quality. The power that he gives you, the ability to understand, the way that he allows you to see, baby, it's unparalleled. I'm trying to tell you. I don't want that. I don't want it. 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 You hear me? God will change your life if you allow it. But you got to take him out of every single box and circle and gated area. You put him into what he can do. And baby, once you do, honey, you be like, ooh, that feel good. I like that. Wait a minute, you going to do more of that? And how often? Oh, okay, I'm in. I'm in. He will make a way out of no way. Do you hear me? I do. I do. I know that all too well. When that doctor messed up my son, I got on my knees and willed to God. My son made a full recovery. Did. He said, oh, you trust me to change it. That's what you do. You trust me to change it. You trust me to let them tell you no so I can tell you yes. I ain't receiving what you got to say. You better leave me alone. I told the doctors I didn't believe y'all meant for me to have asthma. Healed me 20 years since. And do what? Listen, you can take that over there. Over there. I don't have to believe what you say. Now, if God say it, okay, I got to believe it. But until he say it, I ain't taking it. I don't receive, especially if it's bad. Did he say it? Because if he didn't say it, I don't care. Let me show you how my father worked, baby. And folks be mad about it. They be like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Like, yeah, it did. Like, so wait a minute. So go back. Can you tell me this story again, trying to see if you're going to change it? Nigga, it's the same. He told me to touch my baby eyes and put spit on it and say she was going to be healed. And the doctor said, this is impossible. I said, well, no, but God, he made matter so he can rearrange it. He made light, and he is light, so he can bend it. Moving on. Is there anything else we need here? They said, yeah, we're going to need that Social Security. Thank you. Thank you. Wait a minute. No, you right. We can't figure out why she ain't considered disabled no more, so you won't be needing this. Thank you. I said, well, damn. I mean, but the thing is, they said, oh no, her vision that came back, she don't need it. Ain't that something? You heard me. They said, come on with that. I said, well, here you go. Fine. It is what it is. Yeah. I recommend buy whatever you like. That's what I recommend. Whatever God tell you to buy. It don't have to be one or the other. It could be all. Yeah. This is a school of inclusion, so you'll want to get as many things as you can, because in a minute you ain't gonna be able to find them. whatever it is. Hey, Caleb. You're welcome. Anyway, hey, Punky. Let me in. Did that to my grandson. He has seizures, no bleeding on the brain no more. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you, Punky. It's a dress. I bought this for the meet and greet, and then it was too hot in Tennessee. I was like, oh, hell no. I won't be wearing none of that. Anything polyester, it will not be a thing until it cooled down because it was hot. Swell. I'm doing great. We was just talking about the blessings of God. Girl, I wish I really could, but he don't let me. Because, baby. But I'm okay with it. I have my time. Pajamas and stuff is my thing. But sometimes I be willing to. Because the world is ending. I need to wear these clothes before I can't wear them no more. I'm going to be wearing the same clothes every day for however long when it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? We might be out in the wilderness. I might only have two. You know me, so I'm about to do it. Some stuff I ain't even got to put it on yet. I said that this is not fair. I said the same thing to Queen the other day. Hilarious. Also, I be all in y'all business. I be in your business too, Rika. I didn't know. I didn't know. I wish I could meet y'all. Oh, looks very nice, Tia. I love you, Pumpkin. Thank you. I see you be keeping her hair locked up too. I said, oh, she don't be playing with her hair maintenance, honey. Rika had tags. Girl, this part. It's a little unnerving. I had bought me a little black number, baby. I was ready to pop out of that. He said, yeah, you'll be going nowhere. The world is ending. It's real cute. And got it at the Goodwill. I'm going to show y'all. I ain't never going to get to wear it nowhere. Ooh. It was real cute, y'all. It's a little short duty doo-wop. Listen here, honey. I've been waiting to wear this forever and ever and ever. He said, you won't. Now this is a grown up event. Y'all see it? That's the bag. It's from Express, but I got it at the Goodwill, brand new. It had the Express tag on it. Ain't that cute? With the size out, baby. It was $6.04 for me. I don't know how much it was at Express. And then the back got this little like open thing. Baby, I was ready, honey. He said, yeah, you'll be wearing that nowhere. I done had it for a minute too. I said, that's gonna be so cute. You heard me real. Give me a teardrop necklace, honey. He said, bet you don't. Bet you don't. I would look like a can of busted biscuits in that dress. Girl, stop it. You just gotta get the size that fits. That's all. That's it. Listen, you heard me, Queen. Girl, I've been waiting. My daddy said no, but I've been waiting. Just thinking I'm gonna get outside one day. I've been waiting. Yeah, it's gonna be over there. Might as well send it to my kids. Somebody. Hold on, y'all. I had to put some water in that coffee maker, and I gotta go to the bathroom. Give me 1 second. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Y'all know how much liquids I be going through over here. And then that new coffee maker, it do take forever to make a cup of coffee. I gotta get used to it, y'all, because my Keurig moved fast, but I gave that to the maintenance people. And he was like, that's crazy because there's no coffee pot in there and blah, blah, blah. He said, now every morning I go in there and I make me a cup of coffee as soon as I get in there. Well, good, sir. I'm happy, and y'all be out in the cold, so hopefully everybody take care of you, you know? Hopefully. I ain't worried about it. I had to give me another one because I couldn't use that no more. I couldn't get that stuff off of there, but he might have something that do. What happened? Queen, you sick? Why you didn't say nothing? Oh, oh. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So I'm going to tell y'all something because I was thinking about this a little minute ago. Hello, Mr. Hardy. Good morning and afternoon. So with that, I want to tell y'all thank you because you all have given me a gift that doesn't cost money, but it has made my life feel so fulfilled. Do y'all know that? Y'all know that? The gift that y'all have given me, it don't cost money. Y'all know what that gift is? Hmm. Anybody? You said, do I need a new one? That, those, but also to allow me to operate in my purpose. Do y'all know for years people told me, I mean, even since a kid, all you do is read. You need a life, or you need this, or you don't, you are always reading something or looking into something. And me being able to spill out onto y'all all the things that God taught me, it has been life altering in a very good way, because I always felt like somebody is supposed to hear this. And God would send me spurts of people that I would get to talk to, but once it got too deep, they would back up. But you all have dived headfirst into studying, into understanding, into learning, into understanding and researching yourselves, family lines, and not for heritage, but to understand how the enemy has fought your family 7 generations back. You know? And I'm grateful, but I'm grateful to y'all. You hear me? Could you imagine holding a secret, right? That you know is going to affect everybody around you. But when you, or not even holding a secret, holding information, and every single person you go to, they like, I don't want to hear it. 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 Right? But then you see them going through these things, and it's like, this is the answer to that. But they won't receive it. So I'm grateful for every person that has come here, even the ones that ain't here no more, you know, because they got a hair up they tail and start acting crazy. And I don't believe in chaos, so I will easily let you go quietly when I start to see that you causing trouble. I just move you on out the way because I don't do funny folks. Because folks will sit in your face and then talk about you real crazy behind your back and be spewing seeds and stuff, and I don't play none of that. I move that, though. I prune those situations and get them on out the way. You see what I'm saying? But I gotta, as much as I love you, I will leave you too. That's not a thing for me. I don't have no, oh no, because you're causing me issues, and so then you have to go. Um, but to those of you that have journeyed on with me and came down a lot of different rabbit holes with me, I appreciate y'all. I really do. Because there's been so many times in my life I was like, why are you teaching me as much as I love you, I will leave you? Oh, that's deep. Oh, yeah. You don't think that's how our daddy feel? He said, I love you more than your mama, your cousin, your whatever. But if you choose to walk away from me, I mean, that's your choice. As much as he loves all of his creation, he about to destroy it. Everything you see and don't. My love for you don't tie me to you. Because I can love you from far away. I can pray for you just as much. I don't got to be in your face. If God put you on me on you on my heart, I'm gonna pray for you. But I don't gotta. Mm-mm. That's how people trick you. Cause I love you, I gotta be in your face. No, I don't. I can pray from you from halfway around the world, and God still gonna move. I don't gotta be right where you at. You hear me? Mm-mm. And that's not detachment issues, because God told us, don't get so attached to nothing on this earth that you put it before me and be left here with it. Or left in turmoil with it. That's your children, it don't matter. There is a degree of detachment that you have to have in order to not get entangled in the devil's wiles, because he always uses the most important things to you. That's what he uses. He used your kids, he used your husband, he used your mama, he used your cousin, he used your best friend. He don't too much use strangers. Cause can't nobody really hurt you if they, I mean they can, but it don't hurt like it do from, and he wants long lasting stuff. Circle, you have taught me so much, plus your views on life. Thank you so much, Whit. I got a sister named Whitney. That's crazy. I appreciate you. I do have a sister named Whitney. Listen, but this is the thing. This is why you have to learn lessons, because they not, who's heard me say a lot of times, you have to learn life lessons because they're not just for you. Hey, Pumpkin. Anybody ever heard me say that? You have to learn life lessons because they're not just for you. How many people have been able to benefit from the things that you've learned while you've been here? And you don't have to give me a rough estimate, but do you have people, your kids, your family, your mom, your friends? Are there other people outside of WOIU that you have taken? I don't care if it's medicine information, anything. The lady at the gas station, you was able to help her. You know what I mean? All those different things. Right. Right. So when you don't learn, then you stagnate the people around you, their growth in more than one way. Come on. Right. So it's best for you not to cover up what you don't know. It's best for you to say, I don't know, but I can learn. Right? And I'm okay with change as long as it's productive. Okay? And I have to realize that if I don't grow, I can't, like I said, and I use my mom. And I want y'all to know this. I don't be knocking my mom. I just have to tell you my testimony. It's the real thing. And this is what God has shown me. Like I said, because there were certain areas she wouldn't grow past emotionally. There was things she couldn't help me with. So she would block me out because she didn't know how to help me. Well, when I got married, I went through the same thing. There were, because my ex-husband had turned off his emotions between like 14 and 17, he didn't grow emotionally past that. So when he would get upset or if a problem would arise, he would do like a teenager does and run away. So then I was left to deal with the emotion and the situation, whatever it was, and then God would allow me to fix it, or God would fix it. He would use me to be okay. And now he comes back like teenagers do when they think that you've calmed down or you're not upset. You see what I'm saying? So I realized early, oh, okay, your emotional growth stopped between these ages, because when teenagers 14 to 17 think your husband does that. Yeah, it's a lot of people that do. But it's because their emotional growth has they don't know how to deal with that emotionally. They don't know. They haven't matured past that point. So then they just do what they would have did when they were 17. A lot of people's level of maturity in this age, listen, is the age wherever their trauma started. Some people are 5 years old and they're 60. My ex does that. He gaslights, has a tantrum. If that doesn't work, he runs off, baby. Don't I know it? Yes, I do. Don't I know it? Yes, I do. I got so many people like that around me. I'm used to have. And when I say, hey, I need you to look at this, I sure do. Listen. So the throat chops y'all think y'all get, could you imagine trying to date me? I'm not sugarcoating nothing. We gonna talk about that. Go back. You said what? I know you think I talk so much that I don't listen, but baby, I heard everything you said and everything you didn't say as well. Period. You gotta learn people and understand where their mind is at. And people, they'll try to make you feel crazy because you can see. You can see their character. You can see parts of them that they don't show nobody else. They try to hide from other people. Oh, baby, I see you. All right, I told my daughter she needs to have faith of a mustard seed and stop doubting what God has planned for you and his will for you, and you'll see. Yep, that's me. I'm always listening and watching. I'm trying to tell you. He said, all right, I just had to point out to my daughter that she's blessed this morning. She got a phone call saying she could come and get her car, and she didn't have money to pay, no car payments or anything. Oh! Excuse me, I'm poor. Wait a minute. Them the kind of blessings I like. Hold on, y'all. We got a praise report. Miss Diana said somebody called her and she told her daughter she need to have faith and ask God to do what he's supposed to do around her. And somebody just called her daughter and told her to come pick up a car. And she said she ain't got no money for no payment or nothing, but she still get to go get a car. I said, favor ain't fair, but it sure do feel good. Favor ain't fair, but it feel good. You said you ain't got to have no money. Oh, yeah, them my kind of blessings. Them my kind of blessings, baby. God's math be math, and do favor is better than money. I keep trying to tell y'all. Because, baby, it's some things money, they won't even sell it to you. But favor, they got to give it to you, even if they don't want to. Keep that change. I want the favor, honey. Favor gets you jobs you don't deserve and are not qualified for. It gets you in apartment buildings and homes that you're not supposed to be in. It gets you all the stuff that people with money think that they can until somebody tell them no. Because favor is not the same as money. It's better. It's better. It is better. No, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm talking. Thank you. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, it get you out of tickets, get your license reinstated when it should be, all that good stuff. I'd rather have favor any day. Because favor going to bring you the finances. Favor is going to bring you the peace. Favor is going to bring you the best doctor. Favor is going to have you positioned where you meet the person that's supposed to help you start your business. Like, favor is a different thing. And people don't want favor. They want finances. Give me the favor. The favor going to lead me to the finances. I'm okay. You heard me? She got a total week ago. And she just thought it. Okay. Well, God did his big one. My spirit is building what MF's physical is what they building. That part. Listen, because when you leave your body, all you gonna have is your spirit. Look, I don't know what nobody else want. All I know is, thank you. Once I got a hold to this faith thing, and I had to do it very young because, like I said, I left my mama's house early. Where was you gonna work at 11? Nowhere. Okay. So God allowed me to, even at 11, use the skills that I had, which was like cleaning up, babysitting, all this kind of stuff. I could do hair a little bit, that type thing. I knew how to cook. So he would allow me to be in spaces. No, thank you. I'm talking. He would allow me to be in spaces. He would allow me to be in spaces where the things that I did know, even at 11 or 12 years old, were a benefit for the place that I was going. You know what I'm saying? And that's always been a thing of, one, your gift is going to make room for you. Who believes that? Your gift is going to make room for you. And then also, if he's asking you to go to a place, guess what? He's already taken care of everything you need before you get there. You just don't know it yet. He hasn't told you where you're going to be living or, where you're going to be working. He ain't worried about that. He don't want you to worry about that. People like, how you just up and move to a state with no job, no money, no nothing? Because he's making me go. I didn't really have a choice. I tried to stay, and everything started falling apart. So that's how I know I'm supposed to leave. Because I keep trying to stay complacent or content in this place, and he's telling me your assignment here is over. You have to go to another place. And I didn't used to like that when I was young, but now I understand. You have to go in different neighborhoods, in different jobs, in different places because as a specialist, whether it be in the hospital, in the army, in the hair industry, beauty specialist, whatever it is, most times your gift, once you get so good at it, you're going to have to go other places to use it, right? All mechanics just don't work at one shop. Some mechanics are mobile mechanics. All hairstylists don't just do hair in their shop. They travel to do hair. They go to movie sets and photo shoots, makeup, same thing. Basketball players, they just don't only play for their team in their city. They play for their team, but it takes them all over. Nanny McPhee for real is. It is. Started out looking a little, and then something happened. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. You heard me? I told y'all, but it always happens like this. It always. Always, always, always. I'm grateful. I picked up what you put down there, niece boo. You heard me? So this is the thing, family. I mean it now. Okay. This is the thing. Can you show your experience in your wilderness season? Share, because I feel you thought it was just one wilderness season. How you know I'm not in the wilderness right now? It is. My life has been one wilderness season after another. You'll get used to it. As a matter of fact, like hunters and people that go camping and stuff or hiking, they get used to just being out with the wild by themselves, and then when they come around, they be like, "I need to go camping." That's where you're gonna be, girl. Go through it, because you can't get out of it. Because even if you try to run out of the wilderness, you're gonna get snatched back in, and then it might be longer. So just buckle down. Get your journal, study as much as you can, and ask God what it is that you're supposed to learn. Because see, this is the thing. We be wanting the end of the trial. So let me show you something. When you keep asking God, God, please take this. God, please take this. God, please take this. You're not focused on what you're supposed to be learning, so that when you do get out, you'll be able to go to the next level. You just don't want to feel the pain or the irritation or whatever it is anymore. But it's the reason you're feeling it. Either there's something God is trying to work out of you, or there's something He's trying to teach you. One of the two. Thank you. You heard me? And if you don't learn it, He might relieve the pressure, but then you going right back into it. And it could be for longer, because until you get the lesson, you don't get to pass the test. Period. So go on and pass the test. Baby, I used to be like, give me all my stuff right now. Just tell me what, so I can know what to do. I'm not fighting it no more. I'm not, you know, trying to keep it away, because keeping it away, whatever He's trying to burn out of you or take out of you or teach you, you won't get it if you don't go through the life experiences and learn how to go through them, not just murmur and complain all the way through it. Get up every day and ask God what He's trying to teach you today. Don't think about how long it's been, just only think about today. And what He teach you today, find joy in Him today. That stuff makes a difference when you in a sticky situation. Thank you so much. You hear me? Ain't no way, because that's how that stress build up. That's the renewing of your mind. I can't think about what happened yesterday. I can't go back and change nothing. I can't say I'm sorry. I can't take the words back. I can't, if I kicked you in your, I can't take that back. It's done. I can apologize, but I can't take it back. So me worrying about yesterday and stressing about yesterday today ain't gonna do nothing. And I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. So I'm just gonna learn what I need to learn today. And then tomorrow will take care of itself. I know for a fact He's trying to work some stuff out of me. I feel like I'm the generational curse breaker for both sides of my family. Probably. Sorry, Pumpkin, I'm talking. And I don't be knowing who y'all is, because I really can't see them little bitty things, but no thank you. You heard me? I want to learn, because I'm tired of being right here. So if I don't learn, then I just have to stay in this test for 15 years. No, hell no. Let me out. I don't want to be trapped in nothing. I feel like God is making me read and fall in love with wisdom, right? So why are you talking about the wilderness? He teaching you. I thank God for my wilderness experiences. That's why I don't care about being around people right now. Because I got so used to it being me, only me and Him, that I be irritated with humans. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because I be like, oh, here we go again. I think that always using you to get me right, because I take heed to everything and try to apply it in my life. He'll use, and guess what? And He got some other folks too. This the thing, right? When I learned that there are seasons, right? I'm sure that it's a lot of people that started out here, and did I not tell them? I said, 6 months you won't be here. I said, some of y'all gonna go away. I'm gonna say something you don't like, that you don't agree with, that you don't think I should do or say, and you gonna leave. Did that not happen? I said, but you're not forced to be here. At any moment when you feel like this ain't your life, you need to go on and go somewhere else. My past won't dictate my present or my future. I'm not who I was yesterday, and won't be this me tomorrow. Nisi poo. Clock that T. CERCA, I'm not around nobody else but for the idea. I'm trying to tell you. But your life is calmer too. You ain't always mad, yelling at the kids, irritated. You be chilling. You be chilling. And I'm not saying everybody gotta isolate, and you could just, but if life is too much for you and you find yourself, you are always on edge and always irritated and you can't never bring yourself down, you need to be in a secluded area for a little bit. And a lot of people don't know how to disconnect or just take some time to not do anything that is interacting with other people. They don't like being by themselves. I've been there here the whole time and had to grow that tough skin off pumpkin. Yeah, well, you need armor, don't you? If you have evil spirits that are trying to penetrate your spirit, don't you think it would need to be tough? Don't you think? Perhaps I used the wrong word. It's probably an isolation season. Yeah. And baby, turn up your music, honey. And that's why y'all see I was painting. I was making. Baby, it's no space in here for me to do no art projects in my house because everybody else sent their art projects here. So then I'm just about to give away all my art project stuff because I don't have no space to do no art project stuff. But when I could do art projects or write or learn or listen to music and get footloose around my house, honey, I did a whole bunch of things. Now it's a little dangerous to try to dance around here like I used to. But prior to about probably about December of 2022, I could do it. Y'all seen it. Some of y'all. Remember in my living room, it was just clear open space. There was only my two couches in there and nothing else. Now, that is not safe to even think about trying to. That's not safe for me to do. So while you got the space, turn up. Listen, thank you, Isabel. Turn up. You hear me? Do what you can do. I found you'll find yourself too. Not the self you always thought you knew, the self you never thought you was gonna know. Siobhan, is Lauren okay? Thank you. You hear me? But guess who taught me those talents? There was things I didn't even know I liked to do or could do or whatever it is. And it wasn't until I got off to myself and I started asking God to show me who He made me be that I was a different person. I'm still the same, but there were more things that I didn't know that He had hidden down in me that I never would have known if I hadn't got away from, because people will tell you who you are, right? And most times it's not nothing amazing, right? And they will tell you that your gifts are not big, or they will tell you that your gifts don't mean anything, or that's not gonna get you whatever. But if God put those gifts down in, look, if God put those gifts down in you, they're gonna make room for you in a lot of spaces. It's, people, like I said, that whole exclusion instead of inclusion. You know how they say only so many percentage of the world can use like more than 10% of their brain or whatever. I said I want to be one of them people that can use more. I want that. I want to be able to light up all the parts of my brain, like, but with the Holy Ghost. Like I want that. You hear me? I want to be able to learn as many things as I can. I want to be able to understand as many people as I can because then I understand you better. I used to say that after I watched the movie Lucy. Yeah, I wanna be able to do it. And the only person that can help me is my dad. Right. And so with that, I'm grateful. I don't ask, like people used to get mad at me and say I was greedy because I asked for all. I said He told me to ask for all. Why you get mad at me because I did what my dad said? King Solomon level wisdom. And I'm nowhere near, but I feel like I'm about 1%. I give myself about 1%. You know what I'm saying? Because He didn't put me all over the place. I'm grateful for it though. You hear me? Yeah. Some people just want to stay stuck. That ain't my life. I have not ever wanted that. My mama tried to make me stay at certain churches, stay in a different organization, stay with. I'm look. You get stuck if you want to get stuck. I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be unhappy. I want God to show me as many things as He wants to teach me. And I'm gonna feel like that for a long time, because once he starts to open up your understanding, you just want more. No, thank you. You want more and more and more of that. I don't want less of him. I want more. Well, what other secrets you got for me? What other mysteries do you have for me to find out? Like, point me in a direction. You know what I'm saying? And once you get that, man, you be like, look, what are you gonna add to my life? Nothing, right? You can't teach me nothing. You can't. You can't. No, man. Go. You want to waste my time? Okay. You hear me? You want to waste my time, and I don't have time to waste. If anybody gonna waste it, it's gonna be me. You don't get to do it. Mm-mm. No, thank you. All right, y'all. We hit about 60 minutes. I'm gonna only be on here for 2 hours because there's some stuff I need to do. But let's see what we can find. What do you want us to read, brother? Um. Sorry, y'all. I think we gonna do this. Yeah. No, thank you. All right. You went and watched The Exorcist. Did anybody else? Did anybody else go watch The Exorcist? It opened up your standard, your understanding how they've been playing in our face, don't it? Anybody else went to watch a couple episodes of it? You said I started it, and baby, ooh wee. Do it make you feel like, nah, that y'all ain't been playing in my face though? Did y'all get to the second episode or so where the baby was sitting outside and she was had her journal and her daddy was looking out the window? Huh? Yeah. Do that movie make you think about? I mean, that show make you think about? She right? No, the show. So do think about all the people that you done seen talking to themselves. It's season 1. You hear me? It's it make don't that make you think about all the people you see sitting and they be having a whole conversation and they be like, who are you talking to? Or when people be telling you they see bugs and feel bugs crawling on them and it's bugs on the inside of them and they can feel them. You said your sister. You finished watching it? What about the medical community? What about when your kids tell y'all they hear something in the house? What about Chicago? Did y'all see? It's been several massacres in the last couple days there. 6 and 7 people. I asked y'all to go watch that, and since then there's been like two shootings or something like that where 6 people was killed at one time, and then you see. I'm trying to tell you. There was one. There was a man in my hometown that kept saying to the doctor that he had a frog in his throat. Ooh. I said not that we just. Yeah. Haven't. I haven't. But I don't drive that much. I don't know what the Prince of Darkness is assigned. What? Oh, hold on. You said what, Auntie? You said I don't know what Prince of Darkness is assigned to Chicago, but whoever he is, he's doing his job. Yeah, at least 27 pow and 5 injured in the last couple days. 10 people were injured in Nashville this weekend for the TSU parade to gun violence. Okay, so do me a favor. In all of y'all cities, look up the statues. Jace, go around, like if you can go into, like, the Google stuff and look up statues around the city, look where they're placed, find the names of them. Auntie, you too. All of the large statues and stuff that y'all have there, you need to look them up. And that might give you your answer of which spirit is reigning over that principality or that area. Yeah. Like, there's a place, I'm not going to say the name of it, but that I used to live, right? And the name is real crazy too. But also, there was a lot of ritualistic unalivings, and there was a lot of sorcery and stuff in this place. And, like, it used to be real, real crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, and now that I'm older, I realize why. Yeah. You know what's crazy too? The Piazza bird and the statue of Elijah. P. Lovejoy is in my city. I don't know what that means, but you would have to do some research into it. Yes, I have. New Orleans is heavy into that. You feel it everywhere. Yeah. 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 But I'm just saying, look it up, y'all, and y'all do some research because you have your demon books. So then go look in your demon books and see if you can find those names, the story of that situation behind whatever. Look at the buildings. All of that stuff means something. 3 people were popped at the homecoming after party a week ago, and one was unalive. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All I'm saying is y'all do the research. You don't got to tell me here. I'm just saying we have a bronze statue of the recording angel at the library. No, Peruville? Oh! No! That's crazy. They got an angel, a statue of Peruvio, the recording angel who we've read about. No way. Wow. See? But stuff like that, we only, yeah. Wow. That's spooky a little bit. Mm-hmm. That's spooky a little bit. You can't get away with nothing over there, can you, nephew? Y'all got the recorded, Angel? Jeez. That's spooky. I don't know. Dang. Here we have the Global Convergence statue and the Muse of Discovery statue. Interesting. Well, I say look up names that are around those areas, different buildings, when they were constructed, look at the architecture, because it's going to tell you a lot. If you look at the architecture around those statues and then look at the stats, like is it domestic violence over there, like all of that stuff tell you a whole bunch about like why certain things be happening in certain places. And because people refuse to admit that the spiritual world exists until they baby is crawling up the wall or trying to unalive themselves, then the devil is able to run free as much as he wants to in people's houses, in the cities, and everything else. There's a lot of things that wasn't going on as heavily in the 80s and 90s because people used to walk the churches used to do door knocking and stuff, and they would be out in the streets. So you got to think, if they putting oil on their feet everywhere they going, it's bad, but it's gonna be done down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But now ain't nobody doing that. So ain't nobody covering the streets and claiming the streets for Christ and all this kind of stuff. People ain't knocking doors and actually going and seeing what people are walking. Some people are like the Hebrew Israelites and a few other people, but for the most part, the way that the local churches would go and get to know the people that are in their area and, invite them to church and all this kind of that stuff don't happen no more. People ain't knocking doors and praying with people, praying over people's houses. You know? So the devil just been able to run free and do whatever he wants to, which is crazy. Not whatever, but somewhat. It's real crazy. That's why I be like, God, I'm grateful. You know what I mean? For my foundation. And I don't always do right. I have not always done right. I have some Jehovah's Witness come by the other day and you was on my TV. Did you turn it up loud, Riz? Or did you let it play and invite them in? Oh my God. When every time y'all tell me y'all do stuff like that, it make me nervous. I told them I'm in Bible study right now. Y'all want to come in? Petty like your TT. I will invite them in and be like, would you like to have Bible study right now or what? Because you're not going to be the only one talking. We going to have Bible study together. And they run away. I don't have any. I don't have any thoughts on them. I wouldn't be telling you, Tom. It's just a nervous tick. Nope. Y'all know enough about me. It's enough, y'all know. I'm not going to tell y'all everything. Nope, I've made it up in my mind. Y'all know enough. Now, God, let me have a story or something. Why no thoughts? Because what thoughts do you want me to have on them? Thank you, Miss Renee. I don't know. What thoughts am I that? What thoughts do you want me to have on them? Here in New Orleans, Louisiana, we have a lot of statues. Yeah. Yeah, but why are you beating anybody with the word? You should not. You should not beat them. This is a labor of love. You want somebody beating on you and loving on you? I don't. I had that before. It's not a. They made songs about it. It's called "And Fighting." And it ain't a good feeling. I don't like it. It's very confusing. I'm happy, Tosh. So yeah. Mm-mm. Don't do it to him. I did. I did. And then I went to sleep and started doing something else and the game cut off. So I'll probably finish later on. I'm gonna get up. I gotta start playing early. I always be wanting to play late at night, but I know I'm gonna be tired, so I'll probably play for about 15 minutes and then I'll take my butt to sleep. There is no topic. We don't just have one. If you're new here, you'll know that we just tell you come on in and listen, and we don't have scripted content here, so this conversation can go a million and one ways every day. It's live, 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 real live, not scripted. Not, we not only gonna talk about one thing. Yeah, so our classes never have. There's no. If there's no thought, then no. But I was curious what you had to say since they are in the Bible. It's God's chosen people. Yeah. So do you not know that after they kept rejecting him, that he went ahead and offered himself to the other folks? So as chosen as they were, they still didn't do what he asked, and so he took it to the people that they were disgusted with, even though they were worse than them, because they knew God and they still went out and did all the horrible things that they did. I just identify as a follower of Christ because people think it's a big thing to be a Hebrew Israelite, but they was horrible, sacrificing children and sleeping with their parents, and there was all kinds of stuff going on back then. That's the why he kept having to make rules. And then he said, I'm gonna just go to the people that I kept the word away from. I'm gonna give it to them. Maybe they'll value it more than you. So, I mean, it don't matter if you chosen, if you spoiled. You can be chosen and still not follow the law. So I mean, because the Bible is written to them, and he had to make a whole bunch of laws about a whole bunch of horrible things, like sleeping with the temple prostitutes and stuff. So I just be wanting to understand why folks be trying to. I mean, was it matter? We all sinners, everybody. And the chosen people came out of the Amorites and the Canaanites, who were races of giants. I mean, and they were like not nice people. So, I mean, God can take whatever He want and make it good, but just because you call yourself a certain thing, don't mean that you line up with God's word. And I'm more. That's more. I could be an apostolic Pentecostal, non-denominational, but if I'm still not lining up with God, it don't matter what title I put on myself. You know, people get caught up in religion and titles, and He said they would. And if you supposed to offer Him to all, it shouldn't matter. He said, "Go out and offer Me to the world." That's everybody. Okay, so this is what I meant by your thoughts. Where did you get sleeping with your parents? Do you not read the Bible? Niggas was sleeping with their sisters and everything. Really? Where do you think the laws of you should not sleep with nobody that your daddy didn't been with and sleep with nobody that your son didn't been with? Where did those laws come from? You only have to make rules if somebody is doing something. You don't have to make rules about something somebody ain't doing. God called Nimrod a mighty what? Okay. God called Nimrod. Do you know that God called Nimrod a mighty hunter? He had gave Nimrod favor. Nimrod also screwed his mama and married his mama and had kids with her. Nimrod did that. He was sleeping with his mama, and he became the stepdaddy and granddaddy to his nieces and nephews and brothers and sisters. We were going to read one thing, but now let's go do another. You've actually inspired me to go another place, so let's do it. Let's see if this is charged. Yep. Thank you, Dad. Excuse me. What is this? All right. Do me a favor. Let's do it. Go to easy read. Well, let's do the NIV. Well, let me see. Okay. Y'all want to do this real quick? No, I haven't. Y'all want to? Because I'm not going to be on for hours and hours. I got something to do. Okay. All right. Can y'all go to Acts 2 in the NIV version on Bible Gateway, please? Acts 2. The second chapter of Acts. I know a lot of y'all have read this 1,000 times because pastors love to read this. Oh, let's go. Y'all ready? Here we go. It says, when the day of Pentecost came, they were all together in one place, and suddenly a sound like the blowing of a violent wind. So that could we say that might be equivalent to a hurricane wind or a tornado? If you've ever been in a tornado or a hurricane or a real bad tropical storm, or yeah, we gonna compare it to that. So if you've ever heard that wind howling in a real bad storm and it's sound like thunder and just a train coming through, right? Or if you live close to a train and you know how loud the train is on the track and it got everything rumbling and it's just, it'll wake you up out your sleep like that, okay? So it said, blowing of a violent wind came from heaven and filled the whole house where they were sitting. They saw what seemed to be tongues of fire that separated and came to rest on each of them. Anybody ever seen Harry Potter? This could kind of be considered the same thing as sitting under that hat. But what would you do if you heard a really loud noise and you and your homegirls or you and your peoples are sitting there chilling and all of a sudden there's a fire on top of everybody's head? But it ain't burning them, it's just sitting there. It was one flame and then an ember left and it jumped to the next person and the next person. Would you freak out? Real fire, a flame just showed up in the middle of the air right over one person and then it kept jumping. Would you jump up? Would you think you was tripping? We got a drop dead Fred friend in here. Everybody just hold out. They'll go away. I would run too. You, you see them, Tom? They just be so silly. I think it's the green one today. No, drop dead Fred wore green. I think it's the purple one. Or the blue, I don't know. The imaginary friends. They just come in and be talking and stuff. Ooh. Poor babies. Okay, so you would be nervous. I would be nervous. If that happened right now, we was just talking. As a matter of fact, when people give people gifts, ain't that what happened when y'all send me that little thing? It's in the same space, right? That it said, so that little red thing or whatever it is, if it's not a hat, normally whatever it is, it hovers right over the person's head, right? So if you could imagine us all being in here and y'all, we all being together, and all of a sudden those things just pop up on everybody's head. It's the exact same thing as that, right? And it comes out of nowhere, because I didn't do that. Someone will send me that and it'll be right over my head. Just like God sent the Spirit, right? And it came down and the fire multiplied. Did it or did it not? It started as one flame, and then the flame went body to body, like how it, no thank you, I'm talking. Like how it does on a gas stove. Ain't that how a gas stove start from the pilot? It'll, and then it starts to spread through the pipe, and it'll go around. Some of them, depending on, do you see what I'm saying? It's just like that. Same thing, right? And each individual thing has to be lit because they have that hole where the gas is coming out. Sometimes, if that pilot is clogged or those little things get grease or whatever in them, then part of the eye won't work, right? So there'll be fire coming out of all of the other ones, but maybe 2 or 3 of them that got clogged with some grease or the kids or whatever, some soap in there or something, and you'll only have, it won't be an even flow of gas. It jumps to what's free. Ooh. You just gonna bust it open like that, Tone? Hey, Pumpkin. Tone said it jumps to what's free. Ooh. Woo. So maybe there were some people in there that didn't get filled with the Holy Ghost because they wasn't free. No lie, I was watching your live last week and a spark of light went from my ceiling fan and hit the wall, but the fan was off and there was no, hold on. Off and there was nothing on that wall. I thought I was tripping. I told y'all about them. Scared the hell out of me. I was in there. I had an experience like that. It ain't nothing for this light to bounce off. Ain't no chimes or nothing. Where is this coming from? Baby, I was so scared. And then that mist started flowing. Oh, it made the hair on my body stand. I don't want to talk about it. But I had a witness. It was a chick in there with me. Her eyes got big. My eyes got big. I'm like, what the heck? Baby, that was, yeah. Nope. Some stuff I don't want to experience again. You hear me? It was cool the first time, and I got it. You ain't got to do that no more. I'm trying to tell you. Some stuff, you be like, oh. Okay. All right. Well, hold on. Wait a minute there, because some stuff you be doing, it scared me. So I used to be like, God, please. That's why I had to start writing it down, because I'm like, you was by yourself. Oh, I know. Oh, I know how it go too. I didn't have them, but I thank God for that experience. Yeah, babe. Somebody was there to see it. Somebody with the lady that I told you her hearing got restored. Her, cause baby, wouldn't nobody believed it. Baby, listen, yeah, that part, all of that. Listen. It'll make you jump. It'll make you jump. It'll make you jump. You hear me? When God, like, you know he in the room and you can feel his presence, sometimes it'll startle you. It will. Especially if you're doing something you ain't got no business. That's the worst time when he show up. You be like, not right now. No, you didn't come in here. This is not the time, Dad. Be trying to push him out the door. He'd be like, I'm still in here. I can still see. You can close the door and you can turn out the lights. I can still see you. I can still see you. Turn the music up as loud as you want to. I can still see you. You be like, see, I'm so embarrassed. I'm sorry. I did not know my dad was gonna come here, and I can't do this. Listen, that part. Listen, but it's the truth. Ain't he ain't never showed up when you was doing something, and whatever that is. For some reason, you just feel this weight like, I should not be doing this. You could be in the middle of a crime. It don't matter. That's when he step in and he say, I make a way of escape for you where you don't got to continue in this way. I'm trying to tell you. Listen. I be grateful for it now. Back in the day, it used to make me angry. But now, I be like, if you don't want whatever to go on, whether it's bad or good, whatever it is, all I need, if this is going to take me the wrong way, tell me so I don't do it. Yeah, the hardest thing to do is to say you surrender and do whatever you will. It's scary. Yeah. Well, I won't. It's scary at first. That's just like she was talking about being in a wilderness. When God removes you from everybody and it's just you and him, at first it's a very difficult situation. Because you ain't really spent that much time with him to know what he like and what he want and how he moves, so then it's uncomfortable for you. But once you get to where it's just you and him all the time, after a while you'll be irritated. Like, I wish these people would leave my house. Because I just want to get in my books or do whatever I'm going to do, or get to whatever your deal is where you are just doing something and talking to God while you're doing it. You know what I mean? Building, gardening, whatever it is that you're working on cars, doing hair, whatever it is that you do, that you feel that's a gift that God gave you. And then you normally talk to him while you're doing it, which is really crazy. Whether it be asking him what you should do, or thanking him for the gift, or whatever else it is. You see what I'm saying? Because if you look at it like it's scary, then sometimes you're more, prone to turn around. But if you look at it like an adventure, and no matter what happens, you're going to be okay, then that kind of eases that scary part of it, and you look forward to whatever is coming your way. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at it grudgingly and like, oh, I'm missing out on so much, then you're not going to see it for its fullness. But if you look like, okay, God, whatever you want to show me, if you want to show me something new, I'm open. That's a different outlook on the same situation, because all the same stuff is going to happen. But if you look at it like, not like you're failing tests, but you're just understanding, then that it changes it. And you don't feel that weight and that pressure or the fear. Yeah. Right. So that's why I said, like, I just look at life like a learning lesson and experiences, not tests and trials. Because if I look at it like that, I'm a bomb out. Ears wide open and I'm listening. Right. Because some people aren't good test takers, and they would self-sabotage. So I stopped looking at. I used to be a self-sabotager, definitely. I'm 100%. I would sabotage myself. I don't need nobody else. I could do it. You hear me? But when I stopped looking at life like it had to be in a certain mold. It had to be like when I took all of that off and I just started saying every day, God, whatever it is that you want me to do today, that's what I'm going to do. My life and my relationship grew because there weren't these fake expectations or this pressure of if you don't blah 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 blah, it ain't gonna, because I just kept feeling like because, and I'm not gonna lie, the church made me feel like I was always failing God every day. It didn't matter, like it just never made me feel like I was growing in him. And it's like, okay, I come to church, I'm in the youth this, I'm in doing this, I'm fasting, I'm praying, I'm keeping myself, blah blah blah, whatever. And it was just, I never felt closer to God. I never did. I did it. Like I would have moments, but it wasn't a continual thing, right? And so at about 22 years old, 23, I said, look, I've been in church my whole life, on and off, for the most part on. I need to see something else. I said, God, I'm about to move away where don't nobody know me. Nobody. No family in the city, no friends, no nothing. And I said, if you are real, I even want the people outside of the church to see it. Not by how I'm dressed, not by how I talk. I just want them, I want to see you. You hear me? Them was some powerful words, and I didn't realize what I was speaking over my life, but I would not take them back. Because whether I was in a club, it didn't matter where I was. That became a reality. That people could see God in me, or they just knew something was different. And then not only did they know something was different, I actually had something to give them. Wisdom, knowledge, whatever it was, I actually had something to give. I could impart something into their life or plant something into their life. You see what I'm saying? You hear me? So, for me, I wanted to see God outside of church. I said, I know you can't only work in here. This ain't, and at 22, 23, I was like, I want to see you out here. I want somebody to walk up to me and say, I see the anointing on you, that don't know me, that ain't never went to church with me, and it happened. And it freaks me out still to this day. I asked that man, I said, you go to my church? He said, what church you go to? And I told him, he said, nah, I go to such and such. Mind you, I had just moved to this city. I don't know nobody here. I was at the, what you call it? We call them rallies. I think it's rallies there. I was at the rallies, okay? And I was taught, if you wear pants, you're not saved. If you wear jewelry, you're not saved. If you got on eyeshadow and earrings, you're not saved. If you wear acrylic nails, you was not saved. This is what I was taught, okay? So I had got rebaptized at this place, and God did a miraculous thing when I got baptized at this place. So I go after, I want to say 2 days after I had got rebaptized, I go to this rallies to get me some food. And I'm ordering my food. I get up to the thing. I open the door. Mind you, I got jeans on. I still got a picture. I'm going to find a picture of this outfit because I actually think I still have it. The picture. And the man looks at me and he said, praise the Lord. Mind you, I don't got no gospel music playing, I don't think, or nothing. He said, praise the Lord. I said, he said, I can see the Holy Ghost all over you. Y'all. I was like, I said, do you go to my church? He said, what church you go to? And I told him, he said, no. I said, I'm not even from here. I probably hadn't been here 2 weeks. Not here, but where I was at. So nobody knew me. You see what I'm saying? And when I tell y'all tears welled up in my eyes, he said, oh yeah, you can see the anointing all over you. You can see it. Y'all. And I said, I got pants on. He said, I don't care. You can see it. Dark skinned dude. He had like little bitty lock things in his hair. I'll never forget that. I was 23. I was 23 years old. Cause it was before January of 2004. Messed me up. Messed me up. I hadn't even been in this city a good month. You hear me? I was like, okay, I'll take that because I asked for it. I asked for that. Well, then I started going to beauty school. And a lot of the young ladies at the beauty school would just come and sit at my station. And y'all see my son, he's 27 and he looked like he about 16. So when I was 23 with 4 kids, people definitely thought they was my brothers and sisters. They did. They thought I was the older sister is what happened. Okay? So these young ladies would come to my desk and they would come to my station and they would come and ask me questions. I was buying pregnancy tests for folks. Lord Jesus. I used to be like, God, please. Why do you send these people? I just came here to get this license so I can have a better life for these kids. I got 4 kids. The old ladies used to be in my station. They would wait. It would be 4 or 5 ladies sitting like in the little area. And they'll be like, whatever. They be like, nah, we waiting for her. You can't do that. I didn't tell them. I told her. I went over there and told Miss Agnes she can go over there to the. She don't want to. So open up some bowls because I need to get these people shampooed and at least conditioned, and then we'll work out on these roller sets here in a minute. It ain't gonna take me long. You hear me? But God started showing me favor. He told me don't put a tip jar out. On every other station in the front of this school, even at the cash register where you pay for your services, there was a tip jar. You walk past the thing, it's a tip jar. Then you come around here and it's all the stations on this thing. Tip jar, tip jar, tip jar, tip jar, tip jar. Then he put me at the front. I was so mad. I was the 2nd or 3rd station. Okay? CERCA used to be in there in her heels too, did. Messing my dang back up, baby. I used to be in there in my stilettos, busting them heads out. You heard me, boots and everything. And them old ladies said, you gonna pay for that? I said, baby, I'm not worried about it, but they was telling me right. Moving on. Crazy tail. Should have had me some nurse shoes on or something. Trying to be cute. Anyway. People would have their tip jars out. And it'll be $1, $2, $5. Baby, listen. Did $5, maybe, or nothing for the whole week. Maybe on Friday or Saturday they might get like $10, right? God told me don't put no tip jar out. So people would go to offer me money, and I would just open up my pocket and turn my head like this. You know, you got your coat on, right? I would just open up my pocket and turn my head and say thank you. And they say, you're not going to look at it? I said, no, ma'am. Whatever it is that you decide to give me, I'm grateful for it. I got there at 9. And most times by 12, when it was our lunchtime, I had about $50, $60, sometimes $100. At school, I could leave with $200 a day in tips. Was I telling them that? Hell no. They complaining about tips. I ain't saying nothing. And then I take my tips on lunchtime and go right next door to the beauty supply and be in there buying all of the utensils I'm seeing in my book that I'm going to need. Whether we offer the service or not, I'm going to have the tool to do it. Do you hear me? I'm trying to tell you. And people used to be like, girl, kid. I got me some tips today. I'm about to go over here to Taco Bell and get me some. Girl, I'm about to go in this beauty store and cash out. I'm getting me some kazuris. I seen that sea iron and a waffle iron I want. Y'all know them was running about $100 a piece. $65, $75 if you can find it on the sale, baby. I'm coming. They like, where you get that from? Don't worry about it. I thought you didn't listen. What I need you to do is mind your business. Y'all know people start taking their tip jars down, and you start you start seeing people hold their pocket open, baby, and turn their head. You hear me? Did because they saw. Listen, you expected you ain't got no gratitude, and I get it. But you let them decide on how they want to bless you by the service you offer. You hear me? On Fridays, I would go and get the little, not dandelions. I don't know what them M&M flowers is. Put them on my desk, clip them, put them in some water. Because old ladies, they like flowers in their hair. Baby, I'm about to bust this roller set down, comb it to the left, put you a little flower there because Harold outside to pick you up, or you getting back on the bus and going to the community. You hear me? I'm going to play the music. I would make burn CDs. Come on, nephew. Burn CDs because I learned my client. So I already know you listen to like Etta James, you know, all that old stuff. So I'm gonna burn about 5 of them. Then I got some young girls that's listening, you know, they come to me for their braids or they sew-ins or whatever. So I'm gonna have a little CD for them. Then I always had a good R&B and gospel mix. Was always gonna hit that. So when you come on Friday, I'm going to put this flower in your hair, then I'm going to tell you pick one of these CDs out of here. I ain't charging you nothing. But every time you listen to these songs, you're going to think about me. So when you come back, the service I provide is going to speak for itself. And people would tell me I wouldn't be doing all that. And you wouldn't be going to the hair store cashing out on all your stuff either. But we're not going to talk about that. We just going to have you stay in your lane. Moving on. Do we have to keep talking about it? Because what I do don't got nothing to do with you. I just keep trying to figure out why you keep trying to tell me what you ain't going to be doing. I don't even know why we even talking about it. Because whether you do it or not, I'm going to continue to do what works for me. Do you hear me? I'm trying to tell you. So much so that me and the school owner became very good friends. He was old enough to be he said, you got something. You know what? I need you to wrangle these young girls at night. Where is my money? You gonna take something off this here school benefit? Because when I came in here, it was a whole bunch of drama and a whole bunch of mess. Now these little young ladies walking through here like well-oiled machines, honey. I mean, what we doing? Because I can't work in that chaos. I can't work with all the drama and all of that. So what we gonna do is we gonna calm all this down, and then and baby, by the time I left there, every place, I'm grateful. It's my daddy. Yeah. Setting the environment and customer service skills and creating an experience is everything. If you listen, and your daddy, if you let him make you into the being that you want he wants you to be, it'll be every social setting you go into. It won't just be one or the one you're comfortable with. He will give you that ability, and your gift, it don't matter if you in front of the president, the hood niggas, the educated folks, it won't matter where you at. Your gift will make room for you. And I can honestly say that has been a thing for me no matter where I went, no matter, it didn't matter. And God always would put me in the in the eye of the owner, the CEO, the whatever else, and I'd be talking to them like I talk to you. What you need to do is, I'm 19, and the bosses at my job used to be like, girl, you are something else. So why you keep calling me in this office? Okay, so I'm going to close these blinds because I just want to talk to you about something you said to me and I thought about it. Listen, and they be like, how you? Y'all gonna fake for him. If he gonna fire me, he gonna fire me. I ain't gonna be disrespectful, but I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. We can talk to anyone. Can you hear me? If he gonna get rid of me, he gonna get rid of me, and I'm not gonna talk crazy. But you gonna remember me. You gonna remember me. I promise. Listen, you gonna remember me. Will. And it don't got nothing to do with me. When you connect with God, He makes you a memorable person. So there would be a lot of people that would not feel like they don't matter if they would allow God to make them into who they're supposed to be and not try to make themselves. Do you see what I'm saying? Because, like, even though people weren't listening to me, God showed me how my gift made room for me. And even though some people, whatever, like, He always showed me this is what's going on, right? But a lot of the people that will not let go of what they want for their lives and ask God what He want, they a lot of times you feel like you don't matter in the world, or you know what I'm saying? You feel like nobody sees you. Maybe because you want them to see the you that God doesn't want to use. It's not that because you're being used by people. Every single person is being used by somebody. I don't care if it's just one person. Someone is using them to make them happy, for your body, for your money, for, whatever information you have. Somebody's using you for something. Wouldn't you rather it be him use you? You know what I'm saying? And once I started opening myself up to, hey, I didn't let my mama use me, this person, that person, I'm going to let God use me. And then I'm going to see where that take me. And I'll say this. I'm not saying I didn't have times of disappointment. I'm not saying that I didn't walk away from him. Like, I'm over this. I am young. I'm about to go do my thing. Like, I've been hearing you, but you ain't been. I ain't going to say I didn't do that. I absolutely did. That's why my edges was gone. Because he snatched me back. He kept snatching me back. Like, nope, I got something for you to do. I don't care. It does not align with what I want to do. So, I'm going to go over here for a minute. And then if you still here when I get back, we can talk. But right now, I have to go do what I want to do. He say, oh, really? Go outside and the tire be flat. Call an Uber. Yep. Like, I told y'all, nigga used to hurdle them stumbling blocks. You hear me? Javelin. Ha! Yeet! Over it, nigga. Dad, I see you in a minute. I'll be back. I gotta go. Nigga, talking about running start. I'm back. I'm getting over this. I'm going to get over this stumbling block you didn't put in my way because it's in the way of what I want to do. Okay? I already got my javelin ready, Dad. Are you going to let me walk through the door or not? Nope. Bet. I've already been making a ladder out of my sheets, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going either way. And then y'all know what be happening. I'm going to tell y'all what will happen. My butt will get over the fence and be walking like I done did something, waving and like he in his face. And then I just hear growling and hissing. And I turn to my left. And I turn to my right. And then I bend down and I look up ahead of me. And all of a sudden, there are these massive dogs and cats running towards me with these teeth. And I gotta turn and try to stop myself. You're right, because I'm running away from God. But you know, you use your foot as like a kickstand to turn you around. Little kids run and they get scared and they pivot, right? And now, what seemed like it was funny is absolutely terrifying. Because I gotta try to run and hope God opened the door. Because I didn't drop the javelin because I didn't think I was gonna need it. And all of a sudden, it's not there. So my heart is beating fast because these, and before I know it, I'm caught in one of them dust storms, like on Tom and Jerry or something, where they trying to get out and they snatch them back in, and you just see you like that. And I'm calling out for Jesus as high pitched as I can, thinking if I yell loud enough, he'll hear me. And he like, remember, you said you wanted a javelin over, so I'm gonna. Dad, can you open the door? No. I thought I heard something. Dad! Because the very thing that I wanted is now trying to take me out. God, please keep me on this side of the stumbling block. No, I don't want no parts of it. If he say it's something on the other side of this, I will not build a rope. I will not use a javelin. I will not dig a hole or tunnel underneath the wall to get to the things that he said no to. Because before I know it, they're going to be beating me back to them if I make it back. It's not funny. You can keep playing, but the devil ain't. And he means to take your soul and your life. And when you understand that he will bait you out with whatever crumbs he needs to, and then let the wind blow so you can't find your way back, and you just be lost. I'm cool. I ain't trying to sneak. I done been there, done all of it. No, thank you. I'll wait. Because it never turns out to be what you thought it was going to be. Satan is playing for keeps. He is Trina. And once I learned that, I'm like, nah. It ain't fun no more. Not when I got to worry about, is you behind me? Do I got to check out my doors? Be checking and have camera? Nothing about that is funny. Worrying about you being in my house when I get there? Not funny at all. Not funny at all. I'm fighting to breathe because you got your hands in a place they shouldn't be. No, this ain't funny no more. Dad, help me, Dad. He like, didn't you say you love them and they would never hurt you? Ain't that what you said? Sleeping with the enemy, baby. And the devil don't let them show up until you done already bust them down, babe. No. Until you open the gateway to your soul. Either way, male or female. I don't want no parts of it. You hear me? Then you be crazy for no reason. I'm not even crazy. Why am I doing this? Oh, I opened up a portal. And now all the crazy folks, personas, then ran in and they just coming to the surface whenever they want to, and now you don't got control over your thoughts and your actions, and you said you wasn't gonna call back and now you calling back 100 times. You said you wasn't gonna go by their house and you done been over there 17 times. You stalking their pages and everything else. Don't nobody got time for this stupid stuff. No. I don't want no parts of it. Putting your life in danger, putting you like, nope. Has anybody ever javelined over a stumbling block that the Lord has put in your way and you was fighting, scratching to get back over it? Begging him to open the door and let you back in. This demon start tormenting you. Show do. Anybody? Anybody ever ran and hurdled over some stuff he said don't touch it? Yeah. Sally more than once. Right. That part. Was a professional. I just told y'all. I was a professional, babe. I was digging holes. I was gonna get there. You said I should have listened to my mom. Stumbled in the wilderness 20 years. Listen. Trying to tell you. Steph, why you rolling your eyes? Steph said, ooh, Jesus, too many times a cow. Right. Interesting. Well, that's facts because I did things I'm ashamed to admit behind my BD and was not worth it. Baby, have you acting a whole fool? And that's why I'm like, mm-mm. If you don't make me act better, you can't be around me. You hear me? Did you hear what I said? If you don't make me act better, I don't want you around. And I'll try to see if maybe it's me. But and it just don't, I can't. Because God don't lie to me. And I ask him to tell me the truth about all of the people that's going to be in my personal circle. And I'm a dreamer too. Oh, just don't play in my face because that make me angry. That make me angry. If you aren't involving me, don't involve me. That part, I did a bad in college with me. Thought I couldn't got touched. Found out real quick. Got into relationships denied. Following him full force, came back from youth retreat, and the relationship was canceled, ended, and left salty. Interesting. Know that too. I did drove an hour in a snowstorm with no heat. Shame on me, baby. They'll have you out there on the mid. If you get the right, it had you on some stuff you never ever, ever, ever. Everything that you said you ain't gonna deal with and you won't do, you'll be doing all of it. Every bit of it. I ain't taking them back if they cheat on me. Oh, okay, you will. I ain't doing this. I ain't fighting over this. I ain't about to be stopped. Lies. Lies. Don't even lie to yourself. You will. You will do all of it and you will love it. You will be in pain and in pleasure all at the same time. It is a crazy place to be. No, absolutely thank you. Stop hitting me in the throat and get out of my business. Oh, I'm going to drink my water. Rika said no lies detected. You said, you said I had a flashback from 40 years ago. Dang, see? Listen, have you out here? You said, stop, CERCA. You talking to me. Baby, listen. Baby, are you crazy in a Betsy bug? That's what I learned not to say. Listen, say what I'm going to do until the situation arises. Baby, you hear me? You hear me? Like, not like you sniffing balling about. Hilarious. Listen, have you crazy? Have you crazy? I knew I had to leave when I was beating on the next woman windows and doors at 6 in the morning. Girl, listen. Like a crazy person. And then be mad at her like she the one doing it to you. It's not his fault. It's you're the reason. Like he didn't drive over there or have her come pick him up to go over there. Girl, just crazy. I pulled the AC out the way. Ah! You oh God. Oh hell no. Oh Jesus. Oh girl, Shaniqua. Oh girl, my mama did that too. I know you're not lying. My mama done jumped and pulled the air conditioner out the window, baby, and jumped. And he lived on the second floor. I don't know how she did that. Oh Jesus, my dad still talk about that now. She too. She said I snatched her and I snatched him. Girl, listen. Oh wee. Have you crazy? Baby, listen. Have you crazy? Listen, you said, baby, I jumped out the bush. Oh, God, help me. Yes. Rika! Rika said, I jumped out the bushes. Ooh, Jesus. Ah, Lord. Baby, I pulled up. And I had me a little friend with me. And he didn't even know it. He just got about to get popped twice. He didn't even know it. Because you ain't about to quit playing with my heart. This is what we about to do, hon. You gonna think, and I'm about to show you what this is. Because I'm tired. How you want it? You tell me. Listen, honey, have you crazy? You hear me? Done pulled up before. Stop playing. Listen. Listen. But think about it. Now, can we go here? Ain't that crazy that a person that really love you will never put you in that situation? A person that truly cares about you and puts you before themselves, why would they put you in danger? Why would they want you to be embarrassed? Why would they even ever think it's okay for you, the love of their life, to lace? It should never even get to that. You ain't gonna do it to your kids. You gonna put your kids direct, because that woman or man could have came to the door or shot through the door, whatever it is. A person that really care about you, they don't even want you to feel no hurt. You don't put your loved ones in danger on purpose. Real love don't it show don't not like that. And I learned. I'm like, wait a minute. I could have lost my kids. I could have got stabbed. This could have happened. That could have happened. And you gonna keep on doing this. And then not only on top of that, you're putting hands on me too. We having all out brawls and so you put me in jeopardy. Chicks know my phone number to call me. They going through your phone or whatever it is. They got you don't care. Got it. You putting my health at risk. You putting my life at risk. I'm fighting you. This is stupid. About to lose my place of residency fighting with you. You done kicked the TV through the window, tearing my stuff up that you can't pay for. Breaking things that you didn't buy. All the while telling me I'm get out. You said, wow, my childhood. Listen. It's not for you, though. I don't know what you thought this was, but I promise you, it ain't. It ain't. We're not doing none of this. No. Yeah. Oh, man, they had some crazy women come in your house tearing up your stuff. I done seen it on both sides. She done broke all your plates, messed up, ripped up your sheets, poured all your clothes in your tub that you paid for, and poured bleach on them. I done seen all of that. Right, because we were teens and he's 37, still doing the same thing to his wife. That. 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 Do you remember what we just talked about earlier? about wherever their trauma started, their emotional growth stops there. And so you could be 60 and still be 17. And you're going to do the same thing that you did when you was 17. And expect somebody to be 45 dealing with that mess. And they don't even got to tell their grown kids that ain't even, you crazy, right? You expect me to deal with your bad behavior because what? Like, what do I get out of dealing with your bad behavior? Please tell me what I benefit. That's what I be waiting for. What do I benefit from you lying to me? What do I benefit from you disappointing me? What do I benefit? What, some meat, nigga? I mean, if we gonna be honest, you're not supposed to do it. But if I had, I mean, it ain't like chicks ain't paying for meat anyway. If we just gonna be grown up about it. So if I'm a deal with something that ain't mine, and I don't, but I'm just saying, if this were the case, I might as well. Do you hear what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be dealing with the risk of STIs, whatever the crazy is, it's a person you can check out online. And I'm not saying do this, but I'm saying, and their whole job is to make sure that when this situation ends, I'm at where I need to be. I'm just saying. Do you hear me? So me dealing with your BS, I mean, if it's just really like that, either way, I don't have to. Do you hear me? Now, am I gonna do that? No, ain't. But I'm just saying. Do you get what I'm saying? People think that because they have been a part of your life in this way that they have to always, or now that I've done this with you, or you've let me into your space, I can treat you however I want to treat you and you gonna stay. That's not a realistic thing. Because my needs, not just intimate needs, have to be met in order for you to be here. I'm not gonna be with a friend that, and talking to a friend that I can't talk to, like I can't tell you my business and worry about my business not being out to everybody. I don't consider you a friend. I then consider you an acquaintance or somebody that I know through someone else, and you won't know my personal business because you don't have the right to come into that personal space. You see what I'm saying? And so people feel like if we are in a situation, right? They feel like if we in a situation, I can do whatever I want to do to you because I've already had you, or we've been together for a long time, so you just gonna deal with it type stuff. Are you crazy? Because what do I benefit from you treating me bad? What do I benefit from you putting my life at risk? What do I benefit you telling me whatever? Like, show me what the benefit is of going through this bad time with you. Tell me, what is it going to be? How does this add to my life? Because right now, it seems like you're self-serving. Do you hear what I'm saying? Every single thing that you are doing is self-serving. But you are expecting me to be okay with it. But I benefit nothing from you doing whatever you want to do. It doesn't give me a drive to get up and do more in this relationship and to push harder to keep it. It drives me away from it. And that's friends, whatever it is. Because if you only have a friend that come and take from you, you hear me? That's selfish thinking. It is. Grew up with my mama going through all of that, and then trickle down to the kids acting like it took lots of prayer and deliverance to break those cycles. I'm trying to tell you. Oh, she'll never leave me. She'll always come back. Right. Exactly. Or he'll never leave. He ain't never. I was his whatever. I'm his first baby mama. I'm his first wife. I'm his first. So what? What does that mean? If you're not doing the job, How long your job gonna keep you and you don't never do your job? Or are they gonna go hire somebody else? Will they? If you don't complete your job, they are gonna take their money and time elsewhere. Yes or no? They don't have to deal with your bad behavior. They can find somebody else to do it. Somebody that's willing to show up and participate and be productive. Okay, that it should be like that with your family members, with your friends, with your kids, with your spouse. What do I benefit from being around you? It's not easy finding the right one, but when you do, what an amazing feeling. Right, I can believe it. I can believe it. And I met some amazing people. Do you see what I'm saying? And to me, like I said, dating don't mean I gotta be intimate with you, but I've got to spend time with some amazing people, right? That's why I waited so long to get married, because if it's the state of Illinois, apparently forever. Auntie, hilarious. Stop it. Be good today. Be good. I know someone who tried making him choose her or his daughter. She thought he'd choose her. Listen. This is the thing. Also reflecting, we are the people we expect out of others. Right. And this is the thing too, right? So if you think about your relationship with God, that's why even going back to this whole Israelite thing, which is where we were. I don't know how we got way over here. But God was really, 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 really good to the Israelites. Was he, well, or was he not? Even the people that weren't Israelites, that were before, the ones we know of course, um, before they became the actual Israelites, but the people of, the Hebrews or whatever else it is, he was really good to them. He fought their battles. Even when they started idol worship, he took them back. He was cool. But then he got tired. And so then he offered himself to the other people. He said, if y'all don't want me, I mean, there are other people I could be a God to. I don't only got to be a God to you. And so then when Israel's favor wasn't on them, and he didn't stop the enemy from slaying them, and they had to go and see all of these things, then it was like, why are you doing this to us? He said, wait a minute, hold up. We didn't even have to get over here. I kept trying to tell you that you were doing things that I don't like, and they don't make me feel good, and they make my stomach turn. But you didn't care. So I figure if you don't love me, I'll go over here and see if they do. Yeah. You hear me? So then God's love was offered to other people. And not that you should do that as far as whatever, but if you're not married to a person, well, first of all, so you suffering in what, vain? Are you suffering in vain if you're not married to this person and you're dealing with all this BS? You suffering in vain. In vain. Because you in fornication because you ain't married to him. And I know we have all suffered in vain. God, this pain. He said, you doing it to yourself. Stop sinning. What? Dry them tears up real quick. You'll be like he said, all you gotta do is quit sinning. You hear me? Why were you experiencing the pain? If you were not married, or if you were married and you were in relationships that you weren't supposed to, you said, well, I suffered over half my life, and now I'm glad I've learned. But think about it. You're crying to God about being in a sinful situation, and he's saying the pain will go away when you stop. You're literally doing this to yourself. You hear me? Do you see how you do it to yourself? You said, CERCA, you throwing stuff because that one. hurt you. Sorry. I mean, think about it. If you in a relationship that God don't condone, and the wages of sin is death, and he comes to steal your joy, and he comes to steal all this, who did it to who? Did you do it to yourself, or did they really do it to you? You said yes every time. Just chop me in the throat. Oh. You said, God, why they won't act right? He said, you're not. You're literally in sin now asking me why you can't continue to sin. Are you serious? You be like, I came to talk to you because I thought we could have a normal conversation. And you come out swinging. Wow, I just had a light bulb moment. I'm going to just pull out this journal. Okay. You're begging God to ask somebody to be right by you, and you're not being right by him. Literally breaking his law every day that you in that situation, whatever it is. It don't gotta even be a relationship. It could be whatever it is. Does it count to be married spiritually before actually being married by law? I believe so. You gotta have a union. Y'all gotta be connected other than the physical. Because if you don't, it's gonna be a rocky ride. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. Oh, you said I'ma just duck. Who pointed me out? Hilarious. I'm just telling you from experience. God, he's treating me bad. He said, and you're treating me bad. Because you're not even supposed to be with him. And when I tell you them tears dry up real fast when you complaining to him about who's doing what, and he said, well, can we talk about me and you? Because, baby, you don't care about overstepping my boundaries. You don't care about the stuff that make me sick. You going to do what you want to do whenever you feel like doing it, and then come and cry for a minute and go right back to it. He was like, I'm over it. I know you don't mean nothing. You just saying this right now because your heart feels some type of way. But I'm going to keep allowing them to have rule over you until you come back to me and let me rule over you. And then your heart won't hurt no more. So then it was a whole big deal. Heck. What happens if you're young? What happens if you're young and not right with God, get married and try to make it work for years and it just ain't happening? I know God doesn't like divorces, but did he make the law of divorce? He don't like them. But did he make the law? Did he allow, was it Moses, to make the law of divorce? Who made the law of divorce? Was it Moses or Abraham? Who was it? I don't remember. Listen, if God wants you to be in the marriage, you'll be in it. If he wants you to be out of it, you will. And ain't nothing gonna stop that. If you're supposed to stay, it's gonna happen. Trying to tell you. Because I did read a story about Abraham visiting his son and not liking how the daughter-in-law treated him. Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean? No, thank you. You said it's Deuteronomy 21:4. Can you put the scripture up, please? I can't remember which one. But basically, this is the thing. God's sovereignty allows for whatever he wants. Thank you. I was hoping the words, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. God's sovereignty allows for whatever he wants. David was an adulterer. And he was a murderer, but God still made him a mighty king and let him win battles and gave him a son that's renowned, a few of them. Do you understand what I'm saying? His sovereignty can move the pieces however he wants. So if he want to change his rule, he can. Does that make sense? If he don't want it to apply to this person, it won't. Do you get me? Because by law, David, Moses, Noah, all of these people were sinners, and they were all of the things that he said, hey, that you shouldn't do. Hey, right? Were they or were they not? But he still used them or changed the situation. So I think that's when we get into his sovereignty about if he wants something to change. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, then why does he let people get married, have one kid, and then the other person die? Like before the baby even get here. You know what I'm saying? Why he let that happen? He already know. He say young women, if your husband died, go on and marry somebody else. Right? Ain't that what he tell them? Or no? The young women, he said you can remarry because he don't want you burning with us because you're of childbearing age and all of this old stuff. Yes or no? Okay. So we don't know all of the ins and outs of how, what, when, where. People would tell me, "Oh, you can't." Well, I know that my ex-husband, was with a woman because I called his phone asking when you gonna sign the divorce papers, and she answered. So that was enough for me. You ain't been in my house in 2 weeks. You see what I'm saying? That being said, I can't speak for everybody, but I know that you want, if God is like taking you out of a marriage, it don't matter what nobody else say. He gonna make everything happen for you to leave. If he wants you to stay, you will. You will. But you can ask him, show me which way to go, show me what I'm supposed to do. And everything will fall in place if you allow him to do it and you don't try to control it. Huh? Yeah. So I try not to say, and I'm not saying that I don't, but I can see situations where he allowed divorce, he allowed this, he allowed that, even though the rule is this. So there's an exception to every rule when it comes to God. There are things that he allows that is way above our thinking, and we don't know why. And moving on, but like, okay, prime example too. He'll move a person out of your way that is stopping what he wants you to do. And I can say that for a fact because I know for a fact that if I was still married to my ex-husband, I would not be able to do this. Not for no hours a day. He would keep me too angry to do, like, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't have been able to do any of the things without having to always calm myself down before trying to come in here or do whatever. He would make himself known. I'm guarantee you he would be rude. He would do all kind of stuff to try to interrupt what I'm doing here. Well, in that space, he was getting in God's plan. And he would do it when we was married. Like if I was sitting outside on the porch and I was having Bible study with somebody or whatever else, he would, ain't nobody gonna be able to follow all them rules. And yeah, I'm like, this is a soul. And Mr. Ex-Pastor, that if you lead them in the wrong way, you laughing and being funny because you think it's funny to send people on crash out and dummy missions, but you're responsible, sir. So you would want to give the best advice that you can give. Because whatever you give to them, the advice is coming back to you. And whatever their life turn into because you offered that, it's going to be your life. So if you tell a person, don't settle down, don't try to be with one person, you could be with this person and that person and that person, and then they lose out on a real good thing, which I watched happen with someone that he loved. He sowed those seeds and they end up happening for him. He lost his good thing. The very thing that the poison he sowed into some of his family members, it happened for his life. where he was out doing whatever he was doing because he's speaking these words into somebody else's life, then the devil baited him on out the door too. You see what I'm saying? Period. Period. You can't sow poison in somebody else's life and don't think it's not coming to yours. And you never know how it's going to come back. You know? Yeah, I went through that with my oldest baby dad. Yeah, it's a real thing. Life is real. And once you realize that your words have power, that you don't have to deal with things that are horrible. If God, because God needs you to be happy. The devil brings certain things, and yes, we do make bad decisions, but even in that, God wants you to learn so you don't continue to make the same decision. It's like people that have been married 10 times. Well, it's something you're not learning. Maybe you need some time to yourself. Maybe it's not another person that you need. Maybe you need time to learn you so that you can stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, never single, never taking a break, and never single without mingling. You know what I'm saying? You can still go on dates and stuff, but you know the mingling I'm talking about. So, of course, anytime you connect with a person, you're going to get feelings for them. You know what I'm saying? You can spend 60 days on the phone with a person and not, actually be where they at and still start to care for a person. Like, it's a thing. The more consistent you are with anything, it's going to become a part of your day, a part of your life, a part of your whatever, right? So, when you think about, there are situations that maybe on the fourth day, God said, I don't want you to talk to this person no more. But because you don't want to make that other person feel away, you will go against what God told you. Well, you don't even know that whatever it is that you just made God feel, you going to feel it. And so when this person starts to hurt you or whatever else it is, who you running back to help your heart? The same person you didn't care about how it made you feel, him feel when you went against whatever he asked. I just don't want to be over there no more. Like, do I want to date? Yes. Would I like to get married again? Yes. Will I jump and do it on my own? Hell no. Because once you get trapped, you trapped until he lets you out. If you gonna do it the way that he. I'll be right back. Woo! Thank you, Dad, for letting me out. Thank you for letting me out. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm just so grateful. I ain't gonna lie to you. And that's why I'm not in no rush. Listen, but even if I don't get it, this is the thing. I learned a lot in my marriage. I learned a lot. And I'm grateful for the knowledge that I learned because now I can help other people. You know what I'm saying? Um, my relationship with God grew even stronger than I ever knew it would when I got married. Because there was things that I had never really lived. I had only lived really with one other person, and it wasn't for an extended period of time. It was about 18 months on and off, and then 10 months. So not a full 3 years. I'd always lived by myself. So having somebody in my space and then trying to lend the responsibility or transfer the responsibility to an immature adult to follow a person that didn't know how to lead, it was very difficult, right? He led in his last marriage because he just did, but he didn't lead well. Does that make sense? He wants to be a leader. He wants to be recognized as a leader, but he will not learn what a leader has to do, and he doesn't want to bear the responsibility of a leader. He just wants the title. He wants people to follow him even though he don't know where he's going. He can be easily swayed from one way to the left. He's not sound in his judgment, and he don't stand 10 toes down on what he believes. He'll flip-flop every day. So then it's hard to follow a person that don't even know where they're going. And they won't allow themselves to be taught the tools that they need to be able to handle the responsibility that they say they want. Does that make sense? Like a lot of men and women want a good man or woman, but they don't want to do what it takes to keep a good man or woman. They don't want to change their ethics. They don't want to change the way they talk. They don't want to change anything about themselves, but they request something good when they are not good themselves. You see what I'm saying? I want me a good woman, but you don't care about treating her right. I want me a good man, but you ain't there to do nothing but spend up all this money. You're not trying to benefit him in no way. So why should God give you something good and you're not going to treat it right? Because people that know their value, they're not going to throw it away. That's a lot of men, a lot of people. You can't even say men, because it's women that have a good man, baby, and they be running through and you be like, girl, you don't even know what you got, but you gonna learn. You gonna learn, and then you'll be wishing and you would want to be a good thing to a person. Like when people think back on you, you want them to smile when they think about their interaction with you. And it blows my mind how many people don't care if people smile about their interaction. And then they're always hesitant when they reach out, like, oh, you probably don't want to talk to me. Would you want to talk to me if I did what you did to me? We're not gonna keep making it like it's something wrong with me. You would not even talk to me if I did the things that I did to you. So be happy I answered the phone. What's up? Hello, you doing all right? I'll keep praying for you, but no, you can't come back in my life. Because I already know that what you put me through, you won't go through it. Do you understand? Because you can bear, if I do a little bit of what you do to me, it makes you lose you be off your rocker. So I definitely, whether it be friends or whatever, I don't care who it is. If because I give a lot, I'm gonna take care of you if you around me, to the best of my ability, and that's everybody. That's the kids that's around me, the adults. I'm a learn you. I'm a learn you. If you gonna be around me, it's a must that I do. But when you don't take the time to learn me, is when we start having a problem. Because yes, I know how you like stuff. I know how you like your chicken. I know you like your socks like this. I know this, but you have nothing. You don't know nothing about me, and you say you do. But if you did, we wouldn't have so many arguments. Most of our arguments were not about what I was doing to him, right? Reciprocating. All of our arguments is how he kept crossing my boundaries because I didn't cross his boundaries, because I respected his boundaries. I respected the things that he said he didn't like and he did like, and all of this. And I tried to adjust to that. But if you are never putting yourself in the same shoes, this is always going to be a losing battle. Like I said, the friend that you always there for, but they never there for you. They can call you in, you'll listen to them cry, and you'll walk them through and counsel them. But whenever you're in a situation, they're always too busy to listen. So then you don't get nothing out of this. You're getting dumped on, and you're helping, so then you're pouring out. So you're having more weight added, and then you're pouring out your good stuff, but you're only taking in negative. And whenever I need you, you don't have nothing for me. I don't do one-sided relationships. I don't care whose it is. Kids, friends. I don't do one-sided relationships. Oh, that right there is real. Knowing their likes and dislikes, but they don't even know how you like a sandwich made. That part. Or they brush you off or dismiss you. Exactly. They dismiss your feelings. They dismiss, the things that you tell them that don't sit right, whatever. They dismiss it. You have to make them a priority when you're just an option. Yeah, to them the whole time. That part. Especially if people don't see your value. I'm trying to tell you, the value versus expensive is a thing. And I'm going to tell you, I know this. I can just go from my marriage. My ex-husband, he liked women that wore and drove expensive cars and wore expensive clothes. And that's the women that he saw as valuable. Even though their ethics and how they conducted themselves, there was nothing good about it. They were selfish, didn't even care about him. But that's what attracted him, because to him, that is a successful, she on her stuff, and she, even if she don't take care of her kids, even if she don't whatever, that's his view. You see what I'm saying? But when we divorced and I talked to him, and he was like, man, these chicks don't know how to do nothing. They don't know how to walk me through nothing. They don't know how to calm me down. They don't know how to do this and that. And I was like, I'm sorry to hear that. I pray that you find somebody that will love you the way you need to be loved. But you can't come back over here. You said takers will keep taking until the day givers stop giving. Yeah. In real life, I said, I pray that you find a woman that can do every single thing you need her to do, because I don't have no services to offer you, sir. Not even friendship. Because I gave you everything I could, and there's nothing else to give in your way but a prayer. Didn't know what he had until it was gone. That part. And that's my friends too. I'm only going to be here for so long. And then after that, babe, I'm not about to keep doing this with you. Once I see that this is a one-sided friendship, you got, I don't know how long. Not too long. Yeah. Yeah. You hear me? Good evening. So, like I said, when God gives you your value, you're not quick to throw it away. And that's not saying you might not fall or get into a situation, but you won't stay there. Because you'll quickly realize that that person doesn't see your value the way that God does. And once he shows, oh, I don't know. Circle, can I ask? He chooses. He chooses. It said, what God put together, let no man tear asunder. What does that mean? right? It said what God puts together, let no man tear it asunder, right? Not what man puts together, right? But did it say what man puts together, or did it say what God puts together? We pick for ourselves. We just be picking wrong. What God puts together. So do you think he chooses your spouse for you? We normally choose a spouse for where we at. He chooses a spouse for where we going. When you picked your partners, when we picked our partners, those of you that have been out in the dating world, you didn't pick them for where you was going. You picked them for right now. They was Mr. and Mrs. right now. I like them right now. I like what they doing right now. I might be able to see myself with them, blah, 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 blah. God picks for who you gonna be. They gonna be able to handle. Prime example. Some people are not gonna be able to handle where God is taking you. So they fit right now, but they won't fit later. Think about how strong you have to be a pastor's wife or a minister's wife or a policeman's wife or a soldier's wife or husband. You have to not fall in the bed of somebody else, or your spouse might be gone 2 years. Do you want to start that with somebody that's cheating on you right now? And you got to be halfway across the world, and you got to be wondering how many people was running through your bed? Or if they putting up the money you sending back, or when you got long shifts at the hospital. I mean, he's choosing them for whatever y'all life is going to be. Not just what you need. Y'all life as a whole. God forbid, if you get sick later on in life. He's choosing the spouse that's going to be at the hospital with you and take care of you and do that. We choose a person that we think will. But how many times has a person been in a crazy situation and their spouse ran out and left them? The person that God chooses for you, they're going to be able to mature with you at every stage, because he's equipped them with the life experiences to do so, and the knowledge. And that they might not all have it right at the beginning, but it's the seed is there. Does that make sense? And certain things you have to water and grow them, but they can mature into the person that you need to be. But then even that maturity is a choice. People feel like just because they look young, they should think like they're young. No, you should look young and think your age. It's a reason that God say that the young women and the young men should be able to go to the elders and get information. But if you will not mature, you can't give them nothing. So just because you old, that don't mean nothing if you still silly. If you still think like a 17-year-old, it don't do no good for a 17-year-old to come and ask no advice of you, because you haven't matured past 17. So you gonna tell them to do what their friends tell them to do. Cut up. Do something silly that could ruin their life. Don't worry about it. Just live for today and have a good time. And you got a long time. Are you God? You don't know how long they have to live. Because young people are dying too. It took us 20 years to grow up together. Come on. In real life, but some people choose not to grow up, and they expect you to be in an adult relationship with them when they think like they're 15. They don't think past what they want right now. They're not looking at the long term. They're not looking at things might not always be like this for us, so we need to plan for that. They don't think about that. It's whatever I want to do right now, however I want to do it, and if you stand in my way, I'm going to throw a big fit, and then I'm going to do it anyway. But then when it falls in and it caves in, now I expect you to ride or die with me, and I keep making bad decisions. No. That ain't my tea now. It might be somebody else's, but you only got, I don't know. God let me out, and that's all I gotta say. I can't speak for nobody else's situation. I can only speak for mine, but 5 years was enough of you're gonna continue to make bad decisions and keep me stressed out, and I want to be happy so that I can do what God is asking me to do. I don't want to keep being mad every day, all day. That's not my life. I don't want that. Mm-mm. Yeah. And some stuff you choose to deal with because it's comfortable for you. Some people, God been and told them to leave. Gave them the money, gave them the out, and they didn't take it because they were scared. And then they'll complain to God about why he ain't changed it. Some people he told, it's time for you to go. Like, you wasn't even supposed to be in this situation. You stayed that long. You know what I mean? And then some people, he make you wait it out so that you don't go run back and get right back into the same situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's his sovereignty. I think in every situation, it's a case by case study because it's all in what you gonna do. I mean, you got to think about it. Say, for instance, you marry, and this is not nothing towards nobody. You said you just had this conversation. It's a real thing. Men now, and women too, and I guess people have done it for years, have a same sex attraction, but they will go and marry a person under false pretenses, right? But in their heart, they don't want that person. They're just using them as a cover for their real life. Female or male, doesn't really matter, right? They don't want to be ostracized by their family, or they don't want to be whatever. So do you think that God is going to make a person stay in that situation? You think God will make them stay? Even though this person wasn't even honest about why they wanted to marry them? Or do you think he would let that person out once they find out the truth? Because it was deceit that is, if this person would have known, they might not have even married them. You see what I'm saying? So it was a deceitful beginning. It wasn't a true beginning. It was deceitful. Right. So that's why I say, like, God has his own, he has his own sovereignty in the situation. And yes, he put rules in place, but he also, he do what he want to do. And some people are, when you start things in deceit, sometimes they don't end well. So then, you think God want a person feeling a certain way and feeling like, you never know. So, anyway, I love y'all. We were supposed to finish reading over there. I told y'all we didn't been on here 3 hours. I said 2, but I gave myself a limit. So, hey, CERCA, I have a testimony today. I'm in the hospital. And catheter infection. I have a testimony today. I'm in the hospital for a catheter infection. My testimony is God is wonderful. Saturday I was choking. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. 23 years, my husband finally admitted he don't know how to be there emotionally for me, all physical. So you know what I'm talking about, Vanessa. Well, I'm grateful. I can't see what else happened, but I'm grateful. Listen, it's a real thing. And so then you go through a lot of years of not understanding and feeling all this way because people are not honest. That's something that could have been healed 23 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And people will let you suffer instead of going ahead and change. And it's like, I love you. I will work through this with you. But what you can't keep doing is we can't keep doing this. I won't have nothing to give you. And this is how, hey pumpkin, we about to go too. Hey. Um, we, and then they want the best out of you, but they just stomped it into the ground and burned it. And unless God redo it, yes, man, I've been begging this man to be there for me. Now I done walked away. People don't believe, but it's a real thing. The family got me through the end of my relationship. God knew I needed y'all. It's a real thing. And get this, I think marriage is amazing. I just think that people haven't been taught relationship. They haven't been taught how to mature spiritually, emotionally, And it sucks because then you in a situation where it's like if God don't change it, it could be very crazy. Very crazy, you know? So I love y'all. I'll probably be back here in a little bit. If not, it'll be, I don't know. We gonna see. I got some paperwork and stuff I gotta do. So it's the same thing, baby. It doesn't matter if it's your spouse or your parent. Most thing, okay, let me say this too. Most things, I use relationship because most times that's a more intimate thing, right? And most people have been in relationships, right? So whenever I compare things, love you too, Pumpkin. Whenever I compare things to relationships, being here definitely got me through my divorce as well. Listen, but listen, whenever I compare things to relationships, I do that because most of us are at the age. No, thank you. I'm talking. Most of us are at the age where we've all been in some type of, you know, relationship, whether it be marriage, boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever. So when I use that, it's because of the closeness. You know what I'm saying? Because most times the person closest to you, even more close than your children, is your spouse or the person that you are dealing with. You hear me? You're welcome. Taylor, Tiffany, you're welcome, right? So I use that because that's normally the closest that you are going to be to a person. You release all your inhibitions when you are intimate with the person. They get to see you with crust in your eyes, thank you breath, crust on your feet. They see the most raw you most times, right? So then that relationship is the relationship that I try to get you to understand about how close Christ is to us. No, it's not a physical whatever as far as that goes, but how the love should be and how um you seek to know more and to touch his heart in certain ways and to it should have that same feel to it. You hear me? It should be that intimate, right? So there's going to be things that only you and God know. Not even your spouse will know because it's a personal relationship. You know, maybe some of your fears or failures that you can't speak to your spouse about, you can tell God about it and he can change it, which is not going to do anything but make your relationship better. Whether that be friendships or whatever. Nobody wants to be around a friend they can't tell nothing to. Like, girl, you're annoying. Like, I like hanging out with you, but sometimes you do too much. And if you can't tell them that, how often are you gonna hang around them? Not very often. You're gonna get away because you don't want to be annoyed anytime. If y'all gonna be somewhere for 4 hours and you know they always do too much, then you're gonna be annoyed for 4 hours. And did you really enjoy your time? No, you didn't, because you was thinking about why they keep doing it. So I think every situation you're in can apply to something else, and you can take bits and pieces of that and look at your life and say, oh wow, I didn't realize, you know, this applies over here as well as over there. You know. You don't have to like I said. People want to only it can only be like this. No, it can't. This can apply in 100 different areas. It's just where you choose to apply it at. You know what I'm saying? So I love y'all. I'll see y'all in a minute.